Hey, dialogue with Dozy is in here on your dialogue with Dozy is on the air. Calm down, Dozy. I'm just so excited about this show. I'm excited about me because a couple of hours ago I was not in this state. I don't mean physically, geographically. I mean I was not in this mode. But talking to my two of our two daughters and my dear wife and my mother and and my brothers and other things have really got me ready. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I talked to Kia. I heard her voice. Uh, she's two or three of Go Giga Creations. I'm messing it up. Go Giga X. Listen, I am ready and ripping to go. I hope you're ready. We have a dynamite show for you tonight. Tell Paul to tell Saul to tell them all that the dialogue is on the air. Dialogue with Dozy, your boy DV, with the latest in news, the latest in news, the latest in current events, the latest in sports. I think they had a game or something yesterday out in California somewhere. The latest in sports, the latest in entertainment and culture right here on tonight's Dialogue with Dozy. We're going to have a good time. So buckle your seatbelts. Get ready to hop on. This show won't be the same if I'm doing all the talking. I don't have anybody on with me tonight, so I'm going to need you to chime in. But tonight we want to dedicate tonight's show to Miss Shirley Raines. Shirley left us a couple of weeks ago at the end of January, and we just didn't get her in on time to make that dynamic presentation that Go Giga made for us. She was a beloved founder of that nonprofit, Beauty to the Streets, which famously provided food, hygiene products, and hair services to the unhoused community on what they call Skid Row in Los Angeles. She died a few weeks ago. She was known to everybody as Miss Shirley. She had this viral TikTok thing going. She was an activist. She was a 2021's CNN hero, CNN's hero, because of the way she had dedicated her life to bringing dignity and love to the unhoused. So she left us a few weeks ago. She left this place, but she's going to a better place, I'm sure, with her service. Miss Shirley Raines, hey, bless you. The dialogue salute you. And thank you for all you did. We're dedicating tonight's dialogue to you. So, man, how the Snoop says so much open in the LBC. I don't know the words to the song. That's how I feel tonight. It's so much going on. It's just so much going on. If I was at a news station, I would have a hard time trying to decide just what we're going to put on tonight. What's the lead, as Reverend Al would say. It's so much going on. But I'm going to start right here. I'm going to start here. I want to bring to everybody's attention that the real leader of this nation, the real hands of power, the real arms of power, it's not wielded in the Oval Office. If you've been to the White House, you know that West Wing section. That's where the real, down there by the Oval, that's the real reins of power. And his name is Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller is the one who was one of the architects of Project 2025. This is what I want you to do. Get together, look and see what all has happened since January the 21st of 2025, when a certain event happened. And it was inside this year. It's usually an outside event, but it's on the inside. And on the inside, all of the tech buddies were lined up where usually the cabinet sits and the big dignitaries, the big politicians, the tech buddies like Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and the other guy who owned his name's the Washington Post, and who owns Amazon. All of that group was sitting there. because Project 2025 benefits them. And I want to say, with all the news events that I'm about to talk about in a second, the real hands of power emanates from that office. There's down in the Oval Office is the puppet head, the puppet, the figurehead, the puppet, whom Steve and them guys, Steve Miller and the Project 2025 people propagate. They're the ones. They're the ones who call the shots. That if he had won the election, the agenda of Project 2025 would become a reality. And I don't know about you, but why don't you just grab Project 2025 and see how much it is just what you're seeing happen. But what I want to start out with tonight, I wanted to warn us that he gets on the phone every morning at 10 o'clock Eastern time, and he gets an update from the leader of ICE. And that mandate, he was the one who made that change in Minnesota, that personnel change from one tyrant to another, one Gestapo leader to the other. And he made the change. But what he has advised is that every day he's in their ear, we need to make 3,000 pickups today. Get that in your mind. 3,000 pickups have to be made today. And this is how it plays out. Those pickups don't have to be immigrants. They don't have to be illegal. They don't have to be undocumented. But 3,000 pickups, that's all they want. They want to be able to show that they made 3,000 pickups. For instance, if I'm not going to use myself, but if somebody got picked up, it's on that person to verify who they are. So in the state of Florida, as my mentor would say, in the great state of Florida, yeah, I'm a little animated about this thing because it hits home. In the great state of Florida, if you're black or brown, because know this, they are, man, my mama's on, because I would really say something, but they are extremely angry. I use that phraseology. They are extremely angry that the TPS has been stalled out. Now they're anticipating it to go to the Supreme Court. When it goes to the Supreme Court, it'll win. It'll get overturned. But a district judge has blocked the TPS. And so that's the writ that says that 300,000 Haitians are in this nation. Let me say it like 300,000 Haitian brothers and sisters are in this nation because Haiti has it's a dangerous country right now, and they're given a realm of safety in this nation. Well, that has given out, and it was not extended. With many people, even to the 11th hour, begging for the extension. It took a district judge to step in and say, we're not going to send these brothers and sisters down here in these conditions. We're not going to send them back. Steve Miller is still saying, I want 3,000 people. And Florida right now is a hot box. ICE officers were seen on 31st Street and Sunrise Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale. Guess what community that is? You can bet it's not where the millionaires live. You can bet it's not where, I know we live in a diverse geographical area, but it's not where mostly people who don't look like myself live. It's where the people like myself live. 31st and Sunrise. It's the chicken wing place where they were hanging out. That was 2 Fridays ago. So just a few facts for you to know and to know for your safety, and to know so that you don't become a casualty, because that's what they want you to do. Okay, you do better to win this thing and overturn it in court. He's wanting 3,000 people picked up every day. Florida's a hotbed. They came down here, they isolated down here because thinking that when the TPS ran out on last Tuesday, that they could put people in jail right off the bat, our Haitian brothers and sisters. We have Little Haiti down in Northeast Miami. That's probably where they were going to be heading to. The airport, a lot of Haitian brothers and sisters work there. We talked about that last week. But it's on stall, it's on standby until the Supreme Court likely comes by and change. I don't want to sound pessimistic. I'm just trying to sound realistic about it. I'm saying to you, but here's another element to it. The Florida Highway Patrol have been designated as official. They have been, what do you call it? When you deputize, that's not the word I'm looking for, but they have been deputized as ICE agents. They carry in their glove boxes a certificate from ICE, probably from some 45-minute training, because the new ICE agents only received 7 hours of training on what was supposed to be a 6-month training journey. So they have been asked to pick people up, and bonuses exist for all law enforcement. For all law enforcement who picks up people to help them get that 3,000 mark. So what I want to say to you is carry every document you have it on your person. If you have to have copies, man, have copies. Your passport, have your driver's license or your ID, have those things. Leave the real things with your family members, because let me see, how can I do this without directly questioning integrity? Some things might get lost or torn up or burned up or destroyed. So make sure you have those things. And if you're traveling on the highway, I'm just so concerned, because that's where the Florida Highway Patrol roams. You don't have to be breaking the speed. You don't have to be making an illegal lane change. They can pull you over for anything and take you in. Remember, the object is to make the numbers. There's nothing says that they have to know that you are illegal or undocumented or those kinds of things. So please be aware. Have your family members, your friends. If you turn up missing, they know where to go. If you're in South Florida, mostly it's down in Miami, is the station down there, is where they're picking everybody up, and they were taking people when this thing first started back in January. This is Steve Miller, y'all. This is Project 2025. That's what's happening. Protect yourself. Live to fight it out in court. If they ship you away, live to fight it out in court. Don't you fight this thing. Live to fight it out in court. Don't become a casualty. Don't give them any reason to repeat Minnesota here in Florida. Okay, there's and I forgot to give you this, Madam Producer. There is there's a website. It's called IceOut. IceOut is not .com. It's IceOut. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with my mind? It's IceOut. When it's not .com, what is it? What? I'll think of it.
.org.
.org. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, my man. IceOut.org. And it gives now, I know sooner or later they're going to infiltrate it and start giving false information on it. But IceOut.org gives you where they are. At the end of last week, they were concentrating in Orange County, where it's looked to be the center of democracy now, where there's a strong Democratic showing. And they were there in Orange County in large numbers. They were in North Florida, from Daytona to Jacksonville. And of course, they're down here in South Florida. IceOut.org. It'll show you the hot spots where they are, and it identifies cars, their videos, their pictures on there. So just understand this. Do not give them any reason to put their hands on you, any reason to pull you out of a car, any reason to shoot your windshield, any reason to break your windshield, any reason to beat you down on the street. Don't give it to them. Beat them in court. All right. I thought that I needed to get that across, because I don't want to hear about anybody that I love or any innocent persons. You could be my enemy. I don't want to see you go out like that. And live to fight this out in court. I was with an attorney today He said, I almost wish they did this to me, man. I would love to have that money. So, but anyway, so the other unfortunate thing that's going on is Savannah Guthrie's mother. She is the anchor for the Today Show over on NBC News. And as we all know, most of us know, her mother was kidnapped um, um, last weekend, and it's been 8 days now. In my experience in law enforcement, well, I don't want to taint this by talking about my experience, but we're praying, and there are some signs that she's still alive. That's what we're hoping. And they have now made, the Guthrie family has now made 3 videos trying to reach out to the abductors after having received the last note from them on earlier today, I think it was, with the ransom note. And we are just this is what we're dealing with, and this is where we are, and we're just praying with that family during this season, during the craziness of this season. NBC Now just came out with a poll. Is crazy, and that poll showed that. Well, because I don't have the ability to bring it up, I'm not going to try to bring it up. But it showed that that this current administration's numbers was so, like, I never seen them, like 18 points under on almost every issue, on the average of every issue. I don't want to talk about it until I'm able to research it and talk about it a little bit more. Talk about it a little bit more factually. Oh boy, it's so much going on. So our prayers continue to go out to the Guthrie family, that Mrs. Guthrie is indeed returned home to her family and friends. It's horrible that you can't live in a totally isolated area like Arizona without having to deal with the possibilities of being grabbed and abducted as such. And that's what we're facing. That's what we're looking at. It's a mad world. Hey man, y'all take care of yourself. Please look out for yourself, because this is a cruel. It's a mean world. Miss Maxwell, who was Jeffrey Epstein's partner in crime, she was apparently deposed somewhere over the last week or so, weekend. And in that, and forgive me for not having the dates on that, and during that period, she pled the fifth. Can you imagine that? She has been moved down from where she was supposed to be as a sex offender and a perjurer, being convicted of these crimes. I'm not just making these names up. She was convicted of these crimes, and she ends up she has a sweetheart interview from the Assistant Attorney General of the United States, who happens to have been the Orange's defense attorney during the trials, the one trial that he was convicted in, the only one he faced. Would have been convicted all 3 had he gone to trial, all 4 had he gone to trial. And she got a sweetheart interview, thrown softball questions, and when she finished the interview, when the interview was over, she was not released, but she was remanded to a low minor, what do they call it? Minor security prison here somewhere over in West Florida. And apparently they went to interview her again. She pled the fourth, and now her lawyers have come out and said that if you want her to testify, she has to be given asylum. Imagine that. Well, there's a pardon in the works, but they're just trying to find a way to do that kind of quiet and kind of cool. So these are the times we're living. This is what's going on during our lifetimes in the great United States of America. The great United States of America. Yesterday at the Super Bowl, there were halftime shows, two halftime shows for the TV viewers. Most of America resorted to the halftime show that was put on by Apple TV, um, right there on NBC during the course of the game. And Bad Bunny, we have that graphic of him. He was the performer, and there have been controversy about him because he said it was going to be all Spanish. He said it's going to be all in Spanish, and it was. And what he did was he made. And I'm going to come back and talk about him a little later in the entertainment block. But Bad Bunny dealt with. He didn't make this controversial as far as just making it. I don't want to see a political statement. I just want to be entertained. What he did was entertain people to know that Puerto Ricans are good, hardworking people, and they work hard in their native Puerto Rico, and they work hard here in America. Puerto Ricans who are all kind of mixtures of people, Caribbean, Africans, French, all kinds of mixtures, Cubans, to come together. And that's who they are. And so the opening scene was in a field where they were picking fruits. Then it showed stands. We'll see some of it a little later. Fruit stands and self-service places where they own their own businesses. But our Puerto Rican brothers and sisters, and it was all about showing how much we love, we work. We loved this country. We are Americans. We are part of the American dream that you told us about. And we're here. And then it ended with the message that the only power on earth stronger than hate is love. How profound. How do you fight against that? In Galatians, there's a scripture that talks about the fruit of the Spirit. So the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, meekness, kindness, goodness, gentleness, and it goes on. And it says, against such there is no law, meaning that there's nothing wrong with these things. What Bad Bunny did and what he said, there was absolutely nothing wrong with that show. On the other side, there were two. Remember, I said there were two halftime shows. Counterpoint USA and Right Wing America decided to do this one.
More than 25 million Americans tuned in for the Turning Point USA All-American Halftime Show, which was streamed online and aired on a special edition of the National News Desk last night.
From the War Department, we salute Turning Point USA and every American who still believes freedom is worth defending. Thank you for your courage as an organization, your clarity, and your leadership, and for this halftime show that the War Department is proud to support.
We're going to make America healthy again. We're going to make America strong again, and we're going to make America free again.
And keep on kid rocking in the free world.
Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville wrote, Turning Point USA just put on an incredible halftime show full of patriots who love this country. Charlie would be proud. And Erica Kirk posted on X in part, quote, the TPUSA All-American Halftime Show was so incredible. Charlie would have absolutely loved it. I'm so proud of our entire team, staff, and the artists who believed in the vision and mission. It's okay to love Jesus and your country. Ultimately, this is what it's all about, making heaven crowded. I love you, Charlie baby.
So the Go Giga team presented, because remember I just said that this was like two halftime shows. If you were to look at the responses or the ratings, that's what I'm trying to find. The ratings would indicate that, of course, the Apple TV version the official one that was part of the Super Bowl had the highest ratings. More people watched it. Okay. Get over it, everybody. That's the one that everybody looked at. But right-wing America thought that they had to have a counterculture. They thought that they had to have a counter to it. Go Giga presented, and I'm trying to locate it. If y'all just bear with me, they gave me a website. Actually, it was a Facebook post that this brother posted, where this brother posted a Facebook post where he talked about, and I just want to talk about some of the responses from his posting, if I can find it. It is just absolutely astounding, amazing, and it's almost we're the most divided than we've been in my lifetime, and I've been here almost 70 years. We're the most divided than we have been in all of my life. That we can't even enjoy a Super Bowl program, a Super Bowl program. We cannot enjoy one Super Bowl program, and that Super Bowl program, the brother's name was Freddie Taylor, and that's a name that I remember because I grew up with a couple of Freddie Taylors in Jacksonville. And Freddie Taylor had a post which simply read, "Can I be honest about the Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance?" And then he had these, people clearly love this dude, but I don't feel like I need to hear anymore. His second point, love the message, the inclusion and energy, just not for me. His third point, dude is a worldwide superstar, and I could feel it, but this may as well have been a country music, not Beyonce performing, and I would have tuned out as well. And his fourth point, I'm gonna stop at that. The political message here was clear. The Latin community is not only here, they are part of the heart and fabric of this country and deserve to be centered like everyone else. Remember I started out talking about Project 2025? Project 2025 is aware that in the year 2037, people of color, the Hispanic community, Blacks and Browns, would have been the leading demographic in this nation. And what they did was, when they learned that that number was escalating up to 2032, when most of us still would hope to be around, they decided that's too quick for them to be minorities, right-wingers, racist to be minorities. So that was when all of the narrative started. When in an orange campaign, you heard them saying they're eating dogs. I played it last week. They're eating your cats. They're eating your dogs. They're eating your animals. They're eating your pets. They're eating your dog food. Don't leave cat food out. Remember hearing that last week? Where they start putting this fear into people. That and along with some other videos struck with this racist base and got him over the hump and got him elected. I think Freddie's post got a lot of interest in. If you get a chance, go on Facebook. His name is Freddie Taylor. He had a lot of interest in dialogue about that halftime show, both sides of it. I thought it was great artistry. I thought it clearly did send a message, as Freddie said, and the message was, we are one. I hear you, Frankie Beverly. Can I get some Frankie Beverly in the background? We are one. Yeah, that's what I think he did. And for some reason, I'm not able to see my my comments. But yes, that's what he said. We are one. And he was sure to show America that we indeed are one, and we're part of that one. And because we're part of that one, we need to be represented, known, and appreciated.
Max says agape love.
Who said, oh, that's okay. Thanks. Did Max said that?
You did.
Mac, man, I didn't know you was that theological, bro. I'm not saying that about your spiritual. I said, I didn't know you had theological. Yes, that's exactly what he called for. And that's exactly what it called for. So thank you, sir. For some reason, I'm not able to get the top of this, my StreamYard feed, and I can't even see the top of my head. That might be a good thing. By the way, y'all probably talking about why is he repping the Gators? You know, DeSantis desires to be the next president of the University of Florida when he leaves the governorship because he know he can't beat whoever Trump anoints, and ain't no way on this side of the heat he's going to anoint him to be the next president. So now he's got his sights being on the University of Florida's president, and you notice they're still looking, and he has already said that Florida is going to be the state school system is going to be the most way over the break. It's going to be the most conservative of any state in this nation. So let me just do this real quick. Orange Madness shook everybody up. You got it every Friday. Just get ready for it. Every Friday, there's going to be some kind of a scare, some kind of craziness to the nth degree, craziness on steroids. Orange Madness came out with the video, and I'm not going to even talk about it. It just depicted the 44th president and his lovely wife in despicable imagery. And what it also did was it accidentally, today while looking at Reels, I saw the whole video, and it has him walking down the midst of all of these animals and all of the Democratic figures that he has listed in these ape costumes, and he walks down as king of the jungle in a lion's outfit. Now, there were 3 black people, the president, the 44th president and his wife, and the Speaker of the House, Hakeem Jeffries. All 3 of them were depicted as apes. Let's go to the break. You want to be a podcaster? You want your own show? You want to do you want a classic, a professional website? Go Giga X. They got you. Remember Reverend Al used to say that in the heyday of Politics Nation. I got you. He's dumbing that down now. Go Giga X. They got you. Hit them up, y'all. Let them make you look good. Let them bring some dollars in to you. I want you this Thursday night to check out my girl, Linda Scott, and our buddy Barry Bonds, the Golden Square podcast. Always a conflict for me, but check them out. And remember, just like the dialogue, if you miss us, you can always go back and see us. Tell everybody to go back, go to YouTube, Facebook, and check us out, even if it's after the fact. If it's the time that we air is not a good time, go back and look at us. Look at us while you're doing the dishes. Look at us while you're studying. Look at us while you're, while you're in bed at night on TV, falling asleep off it. Go back and check us out. Golden Square Podcast this Thursday night. And go back and look at the times. It's I think it's 7:00 Central Time. I get that mixed up. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. I can't quite make it out, but check them out this Thursday night, and then come back. The dialogue will be back with you in the upcoming week. I started out by talking about what I was wearing. Well, how do you wear that stuff, man? You know that all the racism. Well, I guess I'm kind of like my boy. I can't think of anything tonight. Please help me. Roland S. Martin. Roland wears probably his Texas A&M stuff. I didn't graduate from Florida, but I graduated from UCF. When I was in Daytona, there was a guy that was two brothers that own a big Cadillac dealership. They were graduates of Notre Dame. They were big University of Florida supporters. And hey, man, I'm from Jacksonville. I like the Gators. I can't help it. And so we're repping the Gators tonight, right? Okay. I think we'll. No, I'm not gonna skip. Are you serious? I'm not gonna bring the energy. I'm just gonna say it. Are y'all serious? Are y'all kidding me? Are you buying a lie? All of the craziness that came out with that stuff that came out Friday, where the Oval Office tweeted out or X'd out or whatever it is now, those horrific images of a dignified family who brought more dignity to the White House that had been there in a long time. And you're buying the lie that it was an aide that did it. Well, why wasn't he or she fired? Where's the accountability? I'll tell you right now. Are you serious? No, I can't even say, are you serious? Y'all something else. There's going to be a segment. Y'all something else. You fall for that bull jive. Or either you don't care. Why don't you care? It's because you're racist. You don't care because people need to be put in their place. You don't care because that's what people are. You don't care because this man can do anything he wants to do. You don't care. I bet you would care if that would have been one of your daughters that he ended up on Epstein Island with. I bet you would have cared if you would have. I'm not going to get into it. You see, I'm purposely trying not to energize him. Let's move on. Our Black History moment. I want to talk about Doug Williams. Doug Williams was born 3 days before I was and a few years before I was. He was the first Black quarterback to start in the Super Bowl, in Super Bowl 22. He was the first Black quarterback to win a Super Bowl, and he was the first Black quarterback to be an MVP in a Super Bowl. Doug Williams, who was a graduate of Grambling University, he went on to play in the USFL. He went on to play to coach his alma mater, and he stuck around there for a while in various positions. And he is now an executive assistant with the Washington Redskins, where he won that MVP. And that I remember that performance. We all thought that he had torn his ligaments in the leg. Get off it! Don't crack on me. Yeah, I've been around 60 Super Bowls. Yesterday was Super Bowl 60. I remember the very first one. Some of it was in black and white in 1967. Some of it was black, white, parts of it was in color. I remember that. So, but Doug Williams, we salute you, man. You have raised, you have lifted up your people in a great way. God gave you a talent and you use it to be a blessing. And we salute you, Doug Williams. I also wanted to talk about, this is Black History. I want to talk about Black history. The Super Bowl choirs that we see during Super Bowl weeks. You see the Super Bowl choirs doing that service during Super Bowl weeks that last year, a couple of years, they had an hour-long special. This year, they were incorporated in the award specials on Thursday night, which is a big part of the Super Bowl week. And that choir is 99.9% African American. And yes, we do take pride because our brothers and sisters had no problem in showing that yes, we're gonna get that butt on that football field on Sundays or Saturdays or Sundays or Thursdays or Monday nights. But at the end of the day, we love each other because we serve this risen Savior called Christ, and we're going to sing about him. Are they the best choir you ever heard? Nope. Do they harmonize? Is the melody as good as what you would hear if you were listening to Fred Hammond and his group? Nope. But what you're going to see is a group of brothers who love the Lord and they sing to his glory. The Super Bowl choir has been around from the very first appearance was when the Super Bowl was in Tampa, and they sang at the Church Without Walls kind of featured them, and they have just been gaining momentum, and you see them doing more and more. We just give God praise. We bless God for these young men who represent during Super Bowl week, and have been on various other programs throughout the year. This is the Super Bowl choir, and it's comprised primarily of African Americans. We're gonna stand still and give God a praise, aren't we? Speaking of the Super Bowl, last night's Super Bowl, some people, I was listening to some of the reactions from it today. Some people said, man, that was boring. Well, I coach offense. I like to put points on the board. I like to see what we practice all week well executed. But defense does the same thing. They do the same thing. While we're on one end of the field practicing, they're on the other end. We're practicing to get by them. They're practicing to stop us. That's what we saw, was a defensive struggle for the first half. If I've got it right, the score was 12-0 at the halftime, 9-0 at halftime, and it came out of keep another field goal coming out the half, and then the avalanche started in the fourth quarter when touchdowns started appearing. 29 to 13 was the score of the Super Bowl yesterday. Hats off to the Seattle Seahawks. Man, y'all defense, y'all call it blindside. Y'all defense was something else. And you had enough offense to wear down their defense, who the Patriots defense came in and played a strong game. And I'm glad to see Brother Walker get that MVP. It would have been good for Donald to have had it for all that he's been through. He's got more awards coming. But, man, this Brother Walker, I don't know, Mac, I know you know his first name. He was some running back. Made me glad that was what I coached for most of my coaching career. He ran that thing up and down the field, whether it was from scrimmage or a caught pass. And we salute the Seattle Seahawks. Hey, New England, what you did was nothing short of phenomenal. You're turning around from 4-13 to be 13-4. And your defense was nothing to sneeze at either. You slammed their offense for the better part of 3 quarters. And it was a good game. And we have to be able to appreciate good games like that. I want to talk a little bit, switching over to basketball. We had trades. AD went to Washington. I mean, Washington will have a team after a while. But I want to talk about my boy Paul George. Paul George is a phenomenal athlete. Remember some years ago, he had the horrific accident where his leg snapped under the basket. For him to come back and play at a great pace, I mean, to come back and play as well as he played, and he's been with several teams now. Now he's in Philadelphia, and he was suspended recently, last week, for 23 games for taking a controlled substance that he was taking for mental illness. I'm not making a commentary on mental illness. I'm just saying, we just wish that while you're out, brother, you're being made well, and that you get medication that the league will accept. And we don't know when he took it, when it was out. It didn't find all that stuff out. But we're just glad, man. You take care of yourself. You'll be ready to come back by playoff time, and you'll be able to make a fantastic contribution to that young Philadelphia team, and blend your veteran leadership in there and make it a powerful thing. And we're glad to see you take care of yourself, and we're behind you, Paul. So there were some trades in the NBA. The Brow, Anthony Davis went over to Washington, where, bring me up, please. He went over to the Washington Wizards. If you don't mind, Madam Producer, bring me back up. Where he's over there with your boy Trae Young. They call Ice Trae, the frigid one. And he went over there with him. And that team is amassed a little talent now. Y'all better watch out for them. They may not be, I don't think either one of them are slated to even try to play the balance of this year. But next year, they may try to make some noise and may pull some more people in there, and they're going to draft in a pretty good position. Better watch out for them. I'm sorry I didn't have some film on them. I know y'all talk about Paul George and how injury prone he is. I'm not Paul George, Anthony Davis. Well, he does have a chip, y'all. He won that. Y'all can say what you want to say. They won it in the bubble, but the operative word is they won it. That's the operative phrase in it. They won it. They won it in the bubble. Somebody had a meme, and if I was mean, I'd show it. They had a meme that had Anthony Davis on a stretcher, entering an ambulance, and they said Anthony Davis entering Washington. That's pretty cold-blooded, ain't it? Rather just injury prone. But when he's good, he's as good as they get. So we'll watch it. That was the biggest trade. The biggest trade that didn't happen is that Giannis Antetokounmpo did not get traded. He did not go to the Warriors, and there was a lot of feeling that he might come down to the Heat. That didn't happen. So that's the trade that didn't happen. That still may happen in July when the trade window opens again. And I understand that the Bucks were looking for more than a grip to get Giannis, and most teams were not ready to offset their rosters. They want to see what they could do for the rest of the season with whom they had. And let's see what other big names were out there traded. There were some other names, and I can't think of them, but NBA trade went down, and trades went down, and we'll see the rest of them. I got my picture back up now. We'll see the rest of them in the summer, and Giannis might go. We'll see. The Bucks want a heavy cachet, and by that time, somebody might be frustrated because they didn't do what they really wanted to do in the playoffs, or they didn't make the playoffs. And at that point, then maybe they'll decide that they will. Hey, man, I've been missing all. Y'all forgive me. I just found out. The boy, a little kind of them working with a little fall. Hey, man, I see my boy. I see my son, Henry Glenn. Henry's been very active. Trump and his entourage, man, I don't know supposed to call his name, need to be deported. That'll save America. Henry, will that make America great again? Opera has never been sung in English, right wing. Gotcha. Rook Domingo. Okay. Deshaun True and Right. Oh man, I missed a whole lot of comments, guys. I do apologize. I'm trying to pull them up. Henry and Mac, man. I think. Oh, Phyllis, you're with us. Thank you so much. I apologize. I couldn't. Noah, okay, couldn't pull these up. Thank you for trying to help me, Phyllis. I'm sorry. Your boy just getting back. This is the third show, and I'm just getting back from what's been a different stage in my life. Agape love. Thank you. Definitely praying for her safe return. Yes, we are, Phyllis. We are. Yeah, the Satan True and Right. Got you, Henry. All right. Oh boy, got to do this quickly. Let's go to the video of the halftime show and see this halftime show from another perspective.
Music superstar Bad Bunny bringing his native Puerto Rico to the Bay Area and the world. Turning the Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show into a celebration of his roots and a multicultural America. And one big party. The six-time Grammy winner putting his culture front and center. Kicking off what fans dubbed the Benito Bowl, with dancers in traditional pava hats and men playing dominoes. And dancing atop La Casita, a traditional Puerto Rican-style house now a staple at his sold-out shows, filled with stars including Karol G, Cardi B, Pedro Pascal, Alex Earl, and Jessica Alba. And then more surprises. Fellow Puerto Rican icon Ricky Martin lending his voice on a power ballad dedicated to their native island. Halftime veteran Lady Gaga with a salsa-inspired rendition of her song Die With a Smile, showing off some of her own moves too. Martin sharing a backstage glimpse of the power trio. And love was in the air.
Los declaro marido y mujer.
A real bride and groom tying the knot in a legal wedding in front of millions. The couple had invited Bad Bunny to their ceremony, but the singer had a better idea. The show packed with huge dance numbers. The final tally, 13 of his songs in just under 13 minutes. A medley of his global hits, including the New York anthem, Nueva York. Never one to shy away from making a statement, Bad Bunny handing his newly won Grammy for Album of the Year to a little boy. Saying to him, always believe in yourself. And ending his set with a plea for unity, saying, God bless America! Naming dozens of countries across North, South, and Central America with a parade of flags behind him. A billboard reading, the only thing more powerful than hate is love. Spiking a football with the message, Together we are America. The celebration carrying on until the moment Bad Bunny left the field, jumping for joy during an exuberant rendition of DTMF.
Oh, man.
Okay, I did not know that was Ricky Martin. I did not know that was really Lady Gaga. I said, man, that chick, that young lady, just like Lady Gaga or Madonna. I thought that was like a fake version of her. I just saw her on the awards program last week. That was awesome. That was superb. It was artistry at its best. The singing was good. I love when he actually stretched out and fell back and was received by the group. They're waiting on him. Man, what a show! What a show! What a show! Not knocking the other one, but inclusivity. That's what I'm about. Inclusivity. I think inclusivity is what the kingdom of heaven is about. Everybody is welcome. And that's what that show depicts. Hats off to you, Bad Bunny. I hadn't heard of you. I'm going to be honest. I ain't going to try to sit here and act like I knew all this stuff. I had not heard of you, but I know you now. And I like your style of music, and I always like Spanish music. I'll be checking you out, bro. Good, great job. So, let's see, Melania, her movie, you're kind of getting mixed responses from the right. Let me see what's on screen. I'm going to use my right. From the right, they're saying it's doing great, and you're hearing these numbers. If it's coming out of Orange Madness, you can believe that it's exaggerated. From the left, they're saying blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Hey, sis, my sis Charlene Ashley. That's my girl. All right. So here we are at the end. I got to do this, and I'm probably going to be doing this a lot at the end. And I was just so honored that my mentor, Dr. LaVon Bracey, man, let me tell you, Senator Bracey, love you, Phyllis. Senator LaVon Bracey, who recently won the Senate, a state Senate seat, and her chief of staff, young man, 26, Rashad Young, took her seat in the House, made an impassioned, I'll talk about it more next week, made an impassioned statement trying to get the bill passed for the Harry and Harriet T. Moore Voters' Rights Act passed. I'm going to talk about it and show that video next week, okay? All right, I want to show these videos. Remember, I told you, and I mentioned it because Dr. LaVon Bracey told me she couldn't wait to see Twitch. That was one of her favorites. Remember I told you a few weeks ago when we got back on the air that when the Estridges, this young couple, started doing their videos, Twitch's wife started pulling their little short videos. I want you to see both of them. Look at the Estridges first, and then we'll get out of here on those two videos.
We were dancing at the Super Bowl, and this happened.
Hannah Montana, 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 Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana, 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 Hannah Montana.
Get him. Do you know what time it is? Tell me, do you know? Do you know what time it is? Tell me, do you know? Do you know what time it is? Tell me, do you know? Do you know what time it is? Swizz it. Hey, hey. I said, come on. I said, come on. I said, come on. Hey, jump, jump. You getting money, homie? Show me if it's like that. You wanna grind and you know it's really like that. Dudes who snitch, nah, I don't really like that. I don't condone the chrome in the wall. Slow down the beat, it's all off. Slow motion for me, like it screwed up. Make it move like the Matrix can do with stuff in slugs. Read the black sheep, mommy, now pick it up. Hey, back to getting money, keep it gully with my niggas. Hey, something is nothing, I'm pushing something new every day. Back on the grind, keep easy on your mind. I'm one of a kind, the top's the bottom line. Put one hand in the air, if it's like that, like that. Wave a hand, if it's like that, like that. Check the damn hand, if it's like that, like that. Hope, fall, if it's like that. Tell me that it's like that. It's like that. Hey, tell me that it's like.
I tell you what, those videos speak for themselves. There's no contest. It's no battle of the dances or nothing like this. It's just great artistry, and we enjoy and appreciate them both. As I see it, this is what I see. I see that this is a great country. The American experiment was a great one. It was a great one that the founding fathers came up with. And ladies, they were inspired at home by the wives that made it possible for them to think clearly. It's a great experiment. We're trying to ruin it. The orangeness and all of those who support that are trying to ruin that. But there's enough good, God-fearing people, Phyllis. There's enough good people who are trying to make good last and good stand up. And good we're going to stand for the good. We're going to be persistent. We're going to fight for right. We're going to fight for what includes everybody. That's how I see it. And how did you say it, Bad Bunny? The power of hate can only be overcome by the power of love. Dialogue with Dozy. Thanks all of our guests, all of our viewers. Mac, love you, man. Charlene, Phyllis, my son, Henry, love all of y'all. And everybody else, see you next Monday night. Dialogue with Dozy. We are out.